Welcome to DWI, episode 23. Let's go, fellas. 23 episodes under our belt.
Yes, sir.
And we have nobody else to thank but you guys at home. So thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate all the love you're showing out there. Keep tuning in because we're going to keep bringing new content to you every single week. So without further ado, I'm Illy, that's Dude, that's Wax. We are DWI. Did y'all hear Kendrick Lamar's verse? That brother's snapping, Huey.
Right, he's going at people.
He's going in, man. I don't know what got into him, man, but he's taking a three-headed monster and trying to make it only one. Wax, what you thinking about that whole situation right there, what Kendrick is talking about?
Man, I like it because he's taking shots at Drake and J. Cole.
Okay.
And I think it's good for hip-hop because it's going to produce more music.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's going to give us something to, like, dissect and go through in the following months. Like, so I'm with it. But what do you guys think? Like
I'm good with it because, like, it's hip-hop. It's like... They're not like gangster niggas, so it ain't gonna turn into. I don't think it'll turn into nothing crazy.
Right.
It'll just be bars on top of bars, and you know what I mean. I'm all for that, man.
I mean, Kendrick still got his foot in halfway, kind of, sort of. You know, that brother's from L.A., so you know he's definitely said it in his music that he may not be in the gang, but he's. Affiliated for sure,
but I don't see them getting into that. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I don't see it. I mean, they could always slip into some shit, but I just don't see it with them. You know what I mean? I hopefully, you know what I mean? Like hopefully it just stays on some lyrical shit, which would be some shit, What you think?
I mean, me personally, I feel like Kendrick's getting ready to give everybody what the hell they asking for.
That's a good take.
That's what I feel like, Wax. He already said, you know what I mean? In that last bar, like, fuck the three-headed monster. It's about me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm rolling solo dolo right now. So, like, shout out to Kendrick Lamar for coming out the box. You know what I mean? Like I tell my man JT, get the fuck out that box. And that box meaning just like regular thinking.
Right.
You know, shout out to my man JT, you know what I mean? We gonna say, you know what I mean? You got a lot of love coming our way, man. You know what I mean? We definitely know what you going through, my brother. And you know what I mean? DWI, your boys right here, man. We praying for you. We got a lot of love for you, JT.
Shout out, Trey.
No doubt, man. So, you know what I mean? We just giving healing energy and, you know what I mean? Just hoping that him and his family, you know what I mean, are able to, you know what I mean, get through this situation right now that they going through. So, you know what I mean? We love you, bruh. Definitely praying for you, man.
Right.
But on another note, Kendrick is definitely setting himself apart. He doesn't want a part of the three-headed monster, Wax.
Right.
He doesn't want to take credit in a three-man group because he came out by himself. And he's figuring, yes, they were in my class when I started this whole rap endeavor, but at the same time, they ain't on my level.
I respect that shit.
Dude, you know there's levels to this shit.
Right, I respect it because like he's on that 80s MJ shit where he's like, I ain't linking up, I ain't joining forces with none of these niggas. I'm trying to beat y'all niggas. You know what I mean? Whereas Drake and Cole, They linked up, they clicked up, and they made some dope shit. Shout out to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I fuck with Kendrick in a way because he's like, I don't need y'all niggas. Yeah. I'm getting ready to eat dolo.
I was going to say, real quick.
Here you go with the curveball, man.
Not even a curveball. Who you got? There's three of them. Who y'all picking? Yeah. Who's going to win? Who's going to come out on top of this rap battle if, like, we'll say if all three of them win at it?
Hey, Uwe, you mind if I go first?
Go for it.
Okay. I feel like Kendrick's going to come out on top.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have a machine behind him like Drake.
Right.
Drake got a lot of people behind him, man, and in his corner.
Right.
You know, you got the legend Jay Prince vouching for him. You got Lil Wayne, Young Money Records. You got the fucking whole face of the whole outfit as far as like Young Money. And then they're under the Cash Money umbrella.
Yeah, so that's Baby and Slim.
So you got a big ass fucking like outfit as far as Cash Money.
Right.
Then you have them with the umbrella open, coming down, branching off to Young Money. That's Lil Wayne's label.
Right.
Then you have that shit branching off into the Deep South with Jay Prince saying, you know what, the Young Buck is dope. I'm gonna put my stamp on him. Him being behind you, that's a big ass fucking, you know what I mean? Like, kudos to Drake for having a guy as far as Jay Prince saying that this dude is alright.
Right.
You know what I mean? Jay Prince ain't no slouch.
Right.
For all of us old heads that know the Deep South when it comes to the music with Texas, Ghetto Boys put the South on the map for real, for real.
Right.
You know,
they definitely solidified.
Hell yeah. Scarface, Willie D, and Bushwick. Rest in peace, Bushwick. Matter of fact, rest in power, Bushwick. Because that little brother spit that shit. I know y'all both remember Your Mind's Playing Tricks on Me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, when that nigga spit that verse, me and Ghetto Boys was trick-or-treating, robbing little kids for bags. Then the old man get behind our ass.
Hey, I think Scarface wrote that shit though.
You think?
I think so.
Did he say it? Is it documented?
I don't know. Just listen to the verse. It sounds like Scarface wrote that shit.
I don't know, because Bushwick, if he did write it, Bushwick spit that shit, bro.
He definitely spit it.
To the point where I believe that he wrote it.
But anyway, back to
that shit.
Back to the three-headed monster.
You got Jay Prince vouching for this cat. That's why I even brought fucking Rap-A-Lot's fucking greatest group, I feel, in my opinion, of all times in the argument.
Yeah.
Because they're backing him. You got him plus that whole fucking plethora of fucking great MCs backing you. It's almost like you can't lose.
So, are you going with Drake or are you going?
I'm going with Kendrick.
Okay.
But then you got J. Cole over there by himself. Well, I ain't gonna say by himself because he's with Jay-Z.
That's why he ain't really with Jay-Z.
He's signed to his label.
No, he's not. I think he kind of went at Jay-Z a little bit ago. So
yeah.
I got Cole. Cole was my guy, man.
Why?
I don't know. He's just better with he's better with the wordplay. Even though Kendrick is a motherfucker.
He's a monster, bro.
He's a monster, but like I don't know. I think J. Cole's more my. I feel his shit more than Kendrick, because Kendrick sometimes gets too much Kendrick.
I get it. I feel the same way.
And then you gotta like, you need like subtitles and shit for some of this shit. Like I don't want to. Just
like,
give it
bitch,
to me.
give me them keys.
Right.
Give me your phone.
It's too much Kendrick sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, give me a little, give me a little less Kendrick and a more ride the beat. Stop making the beat stop and doing all kind of extra shit.
Hey, why is he cutting Kendrick?
I fuck with Kendrick though.
But he's cutting him to a wax. He's like, is that Pepsi? Give me that glass. Give it here. Running a little dash of water in that son bitch.
I need to chase
and then
it.
handing it back. That's crazy,
I
bro.
gotta chase it. Like it's too much Kendrick sometimes. It's too strong.
So you need a back. You need like a Coke back. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
I feel you, bro. I mean, and that's respectable.
Right.
Because I feel the same way. Like, he goes so hard that, like, he's beyond his years, man. He's beyond his time.
He gets too artsy a little bit.
Yeah, I would agree.
What you think, Wax?
I was probably gonna pick J. Cole myself because he's like the people's champ.
I figured that.
But I mean, like nobody actually picked Drake, who has like the most commercial success,
Right.
and the biggest like impact on, I guess, hip hop in the last couple of years. But
Right.
it's it seems like it's more commercial, so we just write him off.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
I believe it's because, like, we truly love lyricists.
right.
And we love what a true MC brings to the table.
Like
and I feel like
originality.
Kendrick Lamar embodies that feeling.
I dig it.
He wants to be exactly what he says he is. Not saying that Drake doesn't, but anytime you come out saying that there's a ghostwriter,
Right, that's what I'm about to
that
say.
adds an asterisk to your name.
Yeah, he got caught up in that little Ghost Rider shit.
Right.
Where it's like he won the war with Meek Mill, but Meek Mill chinked his armor to the point where it's like it's irreparable. You know what I mean?
Now it is.
He can't repair that armor. That even though he beat the shit out of Meek Mill, you know what I mean, in that battle and in the war. But Meek Mill showed everybody like, this nigga's human.
Yeah.
He don't write all this shit all the time.
Right.
And even if he does write all this shit, there's still that idea that he might not You know what I mean? And that's
It
all you
leaves
need.
the question mark, dude.
Right, the question mark. That's all you need to be like, all right, nigga, you're out.
I was about to say, it left the door open for Pusha T to
Right.
come through and clean his plate.
I knew you would bring that up because Pusha T, he came through, how should I say, surgically waxed.
Yeah, he was ready for it.
Yeah.
He was ready for it.
He's like, oh man, come on, y'all.
And if Meek Mill showed there's a chink in his armor, you know what I mean? That's for everybody else to see. Right. That's like he's exposing, you're not as tough as you think you are.
It was like when we watched Rocky fucking 4. When Rocky cut the Russian's eye.
Right.
Are you kidding me right now? That's the first time anybody's seen that motherfucker bleed.
Right.
So at that point, it led the fucking Russian to believe that Rocky was a machine. He's not human. Now, granted, they had fucking Drago picked 9 times out of 10. Everybody did. But the moment that he start bleeding, he's human.
He can bleed.
Yes. And this little motherfucker from fucking Philly made it happen. I don't know how, dude. I mean, that motherfucker's 5'7".
Right.
Drago was what, 6'5"?
Right.
So you gotta be doing some type of dancing, jumping, double dutch to get that type of fucking range to hit this motherfucker in his eye.
Right.
But they managed to make that shit happen as far as Drake and Meek Mill when they were sparring in the competition we call hip hop.
And they both from Philly, so go figure.
Who?
Rocky.
Meek Mill and Rocky.
Yeah. Right.
They both put a chink in the Giant's armor. Because at that point, Drake was unstoppable. And then, I mean, he's, like I said, he's still
Top of the
He
charts.
still chewed Meek Mill's ass the fuck up, pause.
I beg to differ, man, but that's a whole different
destroyed that
ballgame.
nigga.
I'm not gonna go ahead and just start being a heel, but at the same time, Meek had some shit with him, man, in that verse.
Meek Mill started bunny hopping in front of people like,
Wait a minute, what'd you say, bro?
you didn't see Meek Mill bunny hopping on the tennis court, just
Nah,
taking
bro, you gonna
L,
have to show us, man.
taking L after L.
Show us the clip, man.
I mean, it's up there. Y'all can find it.
Is it
Type-
there?
No, it's on the internet.
I think it's right there.
No, it's not. It's
See,
on the
here you
internet.
go.
Just find it. You can type in Meek Mill bunny hop, and you'll see it.
Needless to say, the bunny hop, I mean, that's one thing. But at the same time, the brother got some bars, man.
He does.
He does.
And I'm not going to say Drake all the way bodied him
Body.
because he handled his own.
Did he though?
I think he did. You hear the falsetto on my voice? I think he did.
What you think, Wags?
Oh shit! I think he bodied Meek Mill because it was like, I don't know, Meek was quiet for like a little bit after that. You know what I mean? He ain't say too much about the beef, but I mean, I think that's in a lot of everybody's like perspective. You know what I
Right.
mean? That Drake won that war.
Well, because he beat him the first time. So
Yeah.
I thought Meek held his own on that going bad. I just do. I'm sorry.
But-
Not to mention, he was coming home. That was a great album, that Champion album.
But whose song was that?
It was Meek's.
It was Drake's song, wasn't it?
Nah, it was Meek's.
I think that was Drake's song.
Well, let's go see what happened. And I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Illy don't talk about it unless he's right.
That's a goddamn lie, but what you think, Wayne? Wasn't that Drake's
You
song?
hear how he's bringing God into it?
I
God's
think
gonna
it
be like,
was Drake.
shame on
It
you.
was
Featuring
Drake,
Meek Mill.
because
Drake or Meek Mill going bad.
go to the song.
Hold on. Going Bad
Right.
featuring Drake
Right.
from the Champion album. And with that being said, Illy's always right. You see what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, Going Bad was on that Champions album. So, Drake definitely beat him in that first round of fucking fisticuff when it comes to that hip hop shit.
I mean, he dropped a bomb on him and then followed it.
It was
up
going
with
back to
another
back.
one. Like, so.
Yeah.
And it took Meek Mill another week or so to respond. So
He was
it
eating.
I'm
That
just
nigga
saying.
had some shit in his damn hands. He was eating.
And he had a whole bunch of shit going on because he broke up with Nicki Minaj before that. So that was probably weighing on him.
Let me ask you this, Wax. Was that an L?
Nah.
Losing Nicki?
Nah, I don't think so.
What about you, Louie?
Yeah.
What a L?
Losing Nicki Minaj.
I mean, I don't know. Not really, I guess.
Why? Because everything else is out there, or just for the simple fact that, like, I can get another one?
I don't know. I mean, like, she was the bigger artist than he is.
Right.
So, I mean, but he got Diddy now. So, so it is what it is.
You're out of line. But this motherfucker is snapping right now.
Nah, but like, I mean, I don't know. Nikki's, I don't know if it's a L or a, I mean, he had her, so he.
Maybe I might be being biased.
He always got that on his belt, so you know what I mean. Like, who, you know what I mean? He can always say, you know what I mean? I used to chop that down. It is what it is.
I mean, but ain't nothing like chopping shit down currently.
Yeah.
I seen the tape. I'm gonna say it like they say that on Menace to Society. I seen the videotape.
Right.
And I was impressed. I'm sorry.
It was some clapping going on in there.
Clapping?
Right.
They had a round of applause up there, Wax.
Standing O.
It was a standing ovation as far as what them motherfucking bunch-ons was doing,
But
dude.
you don't know what the walls was hitting for, though.
It wouldn't matter. Them damn cheeks was fucking clapping like fucking at a fucking...
It absolutely would matter. If them walls is not, you ain't feeling nothing, you can clap all day.
Listen. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. That whole thing that she had going on back there, that shit sounded miraculous, okay? I was driven, you had me at Nikki's Buns, okay? So I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. You know, how they say sorry, not sorry. The way them motherfuckers was clapping for the bride and groom, like...
For the bride and groom.
For the bride and groom. Them motherfuckers held glasses up. And then, here's the kicker, Wax. She was doing all the fucking work. Y'all motherfuckers seen that video trying to play it off and shit like I never. They seen it. Y'all seen it. Dude, zoom in. Y'all seen that fucking video. I know you did, because it was going around for weeks. It's now late into March. They've seen it. It's had time to fucking go around the internet like a fucking infection.
Right.
So they know exactly what video I'm talking about. So they gonna be, oh nigga, shh. I wonder what he knew.
Hey.
Cat's out the bag. Nikki was flapping her bat wings and that shit looked amazing.
It did, but I'm sure he ain't missing out on that.
I don't think so. I think that motherfucker's at night thinking about, like, look here, man, that motherfucking shit was crazy.
Maybe.
Them are like fucking restructured buns.
They're manufactured.
Yes. Buns. Those buns are fucking made to fit. This nigga over here talking about that other shit. I'm talking about that shit is fucking like hand in glove type of deal.
It might be. It might be. But I think he probably enjoyed himself, and then but there's probably, you know, a wide selection for him to choose from.
I understand that, but there's nothing like keeping them motherfuckers on the fucking roster.
Not if she getting on your goddamn nerves, and you got a plethora of whoever you want in front of you.
Understand this.
That don't have enough money to talk back, sass back.
Here you go. Right. But that's not the point. The point of it is you still have those on standby.
Right. I mean,
I'm not talking about being sassy because her buns don't talk unless they're clapping at everybody.
Well, he shouldn't have took that L then. He might still have them, but she probably looked at this nigga like, man.
Her buns dried up. As soon as she took that L, that motherfucker was like...
I was about to say, Meek opened the chink in Drake's armor, and Drake opened the chink in Nicki's armor for Meek. Like, oh, shit, this nigga can bleed?
Right.
And he's a buster? It's like,
But nah, man, Nikki is definitely a fillet, and I don't mean fillet of fish. She's definitely a fillet. You know what I mean? A 7 to 8 ounce, maybe 12 ounce fillet.
Wrapped in bacon.
Man, don't wrap it in bacon, because if you wrap it in bacon, that motherfucker is hard to resist.
And cut for succulence.
Bacon changes everything. So, just to, you know, close this whole thing out, man, like, them fellas, like, you know, it's good for hip-hop, good for entertainment, but, you know, we got to see what happens next.
Yeah. Hopefully it just brings a lot of good music.
Right. I know. Yeah.
So speaking of that, let's go into this real quick. As far as rap beefs, what's y'all's favorite rap beef? Who you think was your favorite beef between what two niggas?
Damn, there was so many, man. If I was to start it off, I'd say Jay-Z and Nas.
Right.
That's my favorite beef.
Right.
The way that those two laid it all on the line, even though they were friends at one time and they still did something major for hip-hop because they exposed each other's flaws.
Right.
You know what I mean? As far as Super Ugly, then you have Ether.
Takeover.
What?
Yeah.
That was major.
Right. No, that shit was the shit. That shit brought the best out of both of them.
What about you, Louie?
Of course, I'm going with Biggie and Pac. Even though it ended, it's the easy choice, but you know, what I mean, it still shaped our whole fucking youth.
Now let me ask you this as a curveball: do you think Faith and Pac hooked up?
Yeah, hell yeah. Why would Pac lie?
Right.
He had no reason to lie, and there's everybody else saying that they seen her there at the studio, so yeah,
Giving Pac googly eyes.
pretty much.
What you think, Wax? You think Pac smash? I mean, that's your man's in them.
Probably.
Biggie.
He probably did. I mean, why else would he say it?
Right.
I mean, like,
He said it with authority too.
Yeah, he did.
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
he
Like,
could have said anything.
dang.
He could have said anything just because they were in the same room and it would have sounded
Right.
fucked up. But to say he fucked his bitch, that's a whole nother level.
Shit, even Biggie said like if Faith had twins, she'd probably have two Pacs.
Pacs.
Get
Yeah.
it? Two Pacs. Like
I mean,
even
but
Biggie
that's-
said it's like
That's not a hard pill to swallow. I mean, that's not an easy pill to swallow.
not at all.
Faith was looking amazing when she
she
made
was.
those records.
Still
I'm
does.
sorry. It's not one of those things that I could be like, all right, Tupac's, you know. Nah, fuck that. I'm like, what's that motherfucker's mom's name? Because I'm going straight to his hometown and banging his mother. I need him to feel what this pain feels like. You hear me?
Try to show a Feeny some shit.
Listen, I'm coming with a satchel. I'm gonna have me a whole bag, like whatever you need is inside it. Nah, let me quit. But nah, seriously, I'm going for that motherfucker's mama. Or somebody close.
Right.
Something real similar. Like don't let the grandma be fine. If the grandma is 70 but still playing around like Miss Parker,
You're hitting grand raises.
I'm hitting grand raise, and the very next day I'm dropping a fucking mixtape. That's why I fucked your grandmother, you skinny motherfucker. Like straight up and down, man. I'm like exploiting the same thing he did. Straight up, man. I ain't having that.
Hell no.
You gonna fuck my motherfucking Faith Evans and be delicious as fuck as she was and have a slice of that while I'm over here trying to knife Lil' Kim?
And then make
Peacefully?
music about it and shit.
Peacefully. I'm over here minding my own business. Granted, we got beef, but I'm over here with Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim looks like a fucking snack wrap. Tell me she don't. The old Lil' Kim.
Oh, Kim was a bad little.
I ain't talking about the new one. I'm talking about the old one, the dark one.
Before the surgery.
Before all of that Frankenstein shit she went ahead and got herself into. I'm talking about that dark one that you seen some shit like at the bottom of that album cover. When she was squatting down, I'm like, this motherfucker is squatting.
She set the world on fire with that.
Duh. I'd have ate through that album cover, I promise you. Listen, she was looking amazing on that bitch. You feel me? So it's like one of those things to where you got that plus that caramel fucking full meal deal. You got ice cream with caramel on top,
right.
And that's dessert. After you're done with that little chocolate latte. Mm-hmm. Come on, bruh. Biggie had it made. And then Pop tries to fucking...
And then Pac, the wild part is he didn't even need Faith. Pac had every... Listen, I be watching these damn stories. Pac smashed every famous black chick we ever knew. And Madonna.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, dude. He had all of them. Like, I'm like, man, this dude smashed everybody.
And Madonna on that list is risky, though. Like...
It was strategic. It was a strategic move in war. It was like some Sun Tzu shit. Like
facts.
Art of war type of shit.
Yeah, he shut it all the way down.
So what you're saying is you get a little slash of Jasmine Guy and then wash it down with Madonna. That's risky business.
Right.
Listen, my favorite motherfucking diss of all time is Ice Cube.
No Vaseline. damn.
God damn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
Right, because them niggas started it. He was waiting for them niggas to go ahead and say some shit.
He destroyed a whole fucking rap group and their fucking manager.
I stopped fucking with NWA after that. I'm like, these niggas is, I don't know, man. Like, plus Q was just the nigga in the group that made me fuck with the group. But like, when he went in on them on No Vaseline, like, I didn't fuck with NWA after that.
I was about to say, if they fell off in my eyes, like, he destroyed them. Kind of.
It's like he put it on paper.
And then they broke up and they made it look like he knew what he was talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Dr. Dre went his separate way.
Right.
Ren and Yella went their separate way. Easy made his shit against Dre and Snoop and all the rest of that. So, like, that whole moment happened.
Right. And it was all caused by Ice Cube.
Right.
So that's mine.
My second favorite beef have to be Jada and Beanie.
That was a good one.
Now, I personally feel Jada won that battle, but a lot of people may beg to differ because Beanie was a fucking problem.
Right.
Broad Street Bully, Beans, that nigga was a fucking problem to handle. That's like fucking owning a little gorilla.
And the thing about their beef is that shit was real. Like, they was probably getting ready to shoot each other and
Right.
shit. You know what
shit
I mean?
was
Like,
getting ready to turn sour.
yeah, them niggas was some killers and shit.
Right. What you feel, Wax? You feel?
I'm going after Dude. Who's your second favorite beef?
I'm going old school. My second favorite was LL and Kool Mo D.
Oh.
And I was a Kool Mo D fan, but after LL just ripped him apart, I'm like, all right, Kool Mo.
LL got bodies out there.
LL got bodies on top of bodies. Like, nobody beat him, really.
They always come for him, though.
Right.
So, like, he was a handful back in the day.
Other than Cannabis, 2 second round
Here you
knockout.
go, man. You know what happened. You was there. Go ahead, Wax.
My second one is probably, let me think.
I mean, you got some doozies.
Yeah, I'm trying to cipher through all of them, but I'm gonna go DMX and Jay-Z.
Fuck. Stingray alert.
Right.
Or DMX and Ja Rule.
I would have rather have seen a DMX and Jay-Z beef than any other beef.
I mean, they were taking shots at each other, weren't they?
Right, they had
But
they had a battle in a pool hall.
They never really went full head on, like, calling each other names out. Because I wouldn't have wanted to see that shit if I'm anybody going against X. That nigga, man, he didn't have no boundaries to what the shit that he would say. So,
that was a ill-ass fucking battle, yo.
What else is out there though? Like, what else haven't we talked about?
there's the Pusha T, Drake.
Yeah.
Cause that was probably the most like funniest one because he shamed Drake into being a good dad.
Drake started handling his business after Pusha T got through with it.
He didn't even see this little nigga until Pusha T said something. How he want to hold him in public.
Hell
He
yeah.
didn't even want to see this little light skinned nigga.
As a matter of fact, we're going into the Adidas commercial next week.
Right.
He exposed all of that shit, trying to roll him out.
He said he made him a better dad.
Yeah, he did. Because
That's your cat, man.
Listen,
I fuck with Push too, but that beef was crazy as fuck, man. Them two going at it.
What?
Shit, you got endless beefs. What about fucking Hammer and fucking MC Search?
yeah, that
Like,
happened.
come to find out, Hammer was him.
Oh, Hammer! They said Hammer wasn't nothing to fuck with.
He had an entourage that would have made motherfuckers definitely change their mind about talking that shit.
Right.
You know, you got all kind of other shit like fucking
T.I. and motherfucking
Ludacris.
Yeah.
You got KRS-One and MC Shan.
That was a classic.
The Bridge and the Bridge is over.
Bridges are over.
And a lot of motherfuckers that are dope come from Queen Bridge. Nas, 50.
Queensbridge probably got, out of all of the boroughs, they probably got the dopest lineup, man.
Right.
They're the Aliquippa of hip-hop New York.
Right. Good call.
They got a killer lineup, man. Mobb Deep, Nas, Nori, fucking Shan, fucking Cormega. They got a killer lineup.
I mean, Staten Island dudes.
Run DMC.
Yeah.
Like, it goes deep.
LL.
Pause.
50.
Yeah. They got, Queens is deep in the hip hop game. Foxy Brown. I mean, they got a couple. What's her name? Nicki Minaj.
Right. Roxanne Shante.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, they got, they deep.
Right. I feel like Queens definitely represents when it comes to this hip hop game. Man.
Right. Queensbridge get the money. Shout out Queens.
Shout out Queens, man.
Shout
for
out to New
producing
York for
dope shit.
Shout out the whole NY for,
Producing this
raising
shit.
us pretty much.
Yeah, definitely. Because that was the closest we had to this hip hop shit.
Right. We were in a weird place because we're like, we fucked with everything around here though. Like, when Dre and them started popping, we was West Coast around here like a motherfucker.
Definitely.
And then when the South jumped off, like niggas went to No Limit in the South, like so.
Don't forget Tupac and his journey from the East Coast to the West Coast.
That's what I'm saying. Like around here, we kind of didn't stay to one thing. You could find pockets of everybody liking everything.
Right. We didn't have a hip hop scene of our own that was big enough to actually follow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Philly was the closest.
Yeah.
Right.
Hip hop is one of those things that's embedded and ingrained in us.
Right. Yeah.
We come from that element of when the creation was a brand new factor. So, like, that shit, man, just to see the beefs and how they popped off.
Right.
Some of them tragic, some of them not.
Right.
Then you'll have beefs like 6ix9ine and fucking Casanova and the rest of that shit. That's still hip hop beef.
Yeah. Shit, you could say 50 Cent versus anybody.
Yeah.
We went at like 10 of our favorite rappers.
50 Cent broke up New York.
Yeah.
Man. 50 Cent's the reason why Atlanta took the fuck over.
Right.
Because he started going at everybody, and then New York kind of ate itself. You know what I mean? They cannibalized themselves.
Right.
And then that let Atlanta take the fuck over. That let the South pretty much win. They've been winning ever since.
Right.
I was about to say, shit. With the South, there was Jeezy versus Gucci Mane.
Right.
That was like a beef that went on for damn near 20 years.
I mean, that didn't end good, though, as far as everything that happened during that beef.
Nah, not at all.
But, it's one of those elements in hip-hop that went down the way it went down. So, that shit was crazy.
It was on wax. They was beefing on wax.
Right. Like, I'm glad I'm hopefully with the new, with the getting back to the Kendrick Lamar and Cole and them, like, I don't think them niggas is really hitters like that. So hopefully it'll just stay lyrical. That's the kind of beef that I love. Like, just keep it on wax. Back in the day, we up until Pop pretty much was like, I'll kill you and everybody you love. Like, rap beefs didn't really do that. Pop was the one that set that part off. But before it was like, I'm doper than you. Like when it came to MC Shan and KRS, I'm better than you. When it came to Rakim and EPMD, it was just like my lyrics are better than yours. That was just the beef. But then like I said, Pac got the fucking people's wives and talking about his kids ain't gonna grow. Like Pac fucked the whole lot of shit.
He was the Mike Tyson of fucking rap.
Pretty much.
I'll eat his kids.
Yeah, right.
Like to be told that your children are on the menu? What type of shit is that? Like, word? My kids are at home trying to relax and grow.
Nobody's safe.
No!
Like,
I'll eat your children. I'm from Nairclaw. I said it last week.
He's a beast.
Tyson didn't give a shit, man.
Bruh, that's some shit to say to somebody, man. Like, you gonna bring my babies in this? They have no idea they're being talked about in that type of way right now.
And then finished it up with praise be to Allah.
Like God told him to do it. Like, praise be to Allah. And ended it. I'm like,
we finished it. I'm like, oh, that's a hell of a cherry.
Hell yeah. I was like, he don't got them.
I'm sorry. The moment that happens, I'm packing. You got me up here, and like, it changes the scene to see me shove all kind of fucking clothes into a duffel bag.
It's too much to unpack. Like, where do you, like, start with the beef with that? Like, am I still mad at him as a fighter, or
You can't even call the cops on that. You gotta fucking like go at Mike with some damn artillery shit.
That would fuck me up, man. Like I can't even defend my kid. Like I don't even want to talk about my kids.
Right.
How did we even get here?
Yeah, like you're gonna eat them and shit. Like,
but the way he finished, bruh, that would be the Allah. That was priceless, man. Like, he told you to do this.
Like, you sure all the Muslims agree with this?
Like, me, you, and this Allah guy, we gotta sit down and talk about this. Like, cause like whoever's sanctioning you eat my kids, right. I gotta fucking figure this out.
Right.
Like, I heard of eating baked potatoes, maybe even motherfucking sweet potatoes. But the moment you put my kids on the menu and talking about you eating my children, and then saying praise be to Allah,
you lost by not defending your kids at first. You know what I mean? Because like, if you say you're gonna eat my kids, the first thing I'm gonna say is defending my kids. Like, you know what I mean? So if there, like I said, there was so much shit to unpack. He didn't even get to that. Like, so he lost either way. I think he won the fight though.
He did.
That was like a motivator to kick Tyson's ass, but. That's some deep shit,
but
man.
There's not gonna be no face-off with me after that. Like, I'm fighting you in the press conference. Like, we're scrapping.
But like,
we got to.
Can I ask y'all something? Was Mike gonna eat them kids bland?
Was he gonna season them up?
Or was he gonna put barbecue sauce on those little motherfuckers? I'm just asking.
He might be savage enough to just bang them raw.
Yeah, there's no seasoning with Mike. Like there's gonna be all kind of bite marks with gaps in his teeth, like his skin.
Here's the thing. And we'll say May, you're doing homework with your little Scotty and shit. By July, he's sitting over there with an apple in his mouth, with all kind of paprika on his shoulder blades, getting rotisserie up there. Getting rotisserie to Mike's liking. How does that work out?
Shit.
I mean, here at this point, who's controlling this part of it? Like the spick and shit. Like, there's just so many questions.
I don't know Mike's plan on how he was going to do that.
How he was going to eat that shit.
Like, I got so many unanswered questions, Wes.
That's why I keep saying there's so much to unpack. Like, because you like, there's 1,000 different things wrong with that sentence.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
are you dipping my kids in ranch? Is what I need to know. Are you gonna be sitting up there like, yeah, man? So I was at the bank and then picking a piece of fucking my kid off and banging it. So, and then the motherfucker asked me if I wanted to get a loan. Are you kidding me? Hell yes, I need a loan. Like, what? So you're having a casual conversation, eating my children, after you fucking like had to make it happen because you're Mike Tyson.
Eight piece of your kids.
We had to shoot Mike, man.
That's what I'm saying, Wax.
That shit. That motherfucker hit him with some shit.
Like Mike, we love you to death. Mike, I promise you, man, we're your biggest fan. Well, I am. I don't know about these two.
Of course.
But I don't want you eating my young bucks, man. I love my sons. I do, and my daughter, but I don't want you eating my children, Mike. I don't.
Like, answer this. What goes through your mind to make you take it there? Like,
I mean, I guess that's the only thing that was pissing him off.
Like that, there's so much wrong with that.
Mike has said a lot of questionable shit over the years. Like when he told the motherfucker that he was going to fuck him in his ass.
That make you love me.
Yes. Like, I don't think that was a way that guy, like, okay, I can see a relationship and a friendship like us. Mm-hmm. We've been friends for over 30 fucking years. There's never been no type of fucking tomfoolery like that for us to become friends. Mike said he's going to fuck you in the ass and make you love me. White boy. You have to run Mike over with a fucking 2500.
Man.
Nothing less. A Cummins diesel 2500. You gotta run Mike over about 3 times.
And he might hit you with that shit and fucking engine. And now I'm stuck. I gotta lock these goddamn doors and hope he don't punch through them.
Having a pissed off Mike Tyson.
Right.
At eye level, getting ready to punch through the windshield because it's nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
that's when you know you fucked up, man. Like, you know you fucked some shit up when Mike Tyson is trying to get into your vehicle.
through the window.
Like, you went wrong somewhere.
And
Yeah.
he'll probably punch clean through a window. Like it's nothing.
Bruh.
Like, and still hit you through the
For
window.
no reason other than the fact that you're defending your children.
Right.
Because Mike made specific, explicit instructions on what he was going to do to your kids.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I'm thinking, is this motherfucker getting ready to put my kids in gumbo? This nigga got sausage, rice, shrimp, a little bit of my kids in there. Like, no.
You're making a seafood boil with
Yes.
Right. That's fucking crazy.
He got a little piece of each one of my kids in his boil. I'm a fucking, like, I'm hitting Mike in the face with a tire iron. Fuck that shit, man. I'm not letting Mike eat my kids, man.
Yeah.
Thank God that Mike, you know what I mean, is in a different place right now. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mike. He's been doing shrooms and got himself into a slightly better place.
Let me ask you this. I asked you last week, so I'm going to ask you. Would you do shrooms with Mike Tyson?
Yeah, I would. Fuck it.
I'm not. I'm not doing shrooms with Mike. Because when you do shrooms, it's an acidic. Anybody that knows that when you do shrooms with a control freak like Mike Tyson and myself, he has to be in control. When you do shrooms, your mind just goes off on wherever it's going to go.
Right.
So I don't know if I'm doing shrooms with Mike. Mike might go to a dark place.
I would do it. Shout out, Mike. Come give me some shrooms, Mike.
I don't want them.
I'll do them.
You gotta be around him for 8 hours, tripping balls. I'm just
Shrooms
saying.
are a 13-hour trip.
Hell no. Hell no.
You gotta add 5 more hours on to them shrooms. And Mike don't have no fucking like regular shrooms. He got the good ones. He has his own field. I'm sure he got good shrooms.
He got his own brand. He got them chocolate joints.
So I'm not eating
Psilocybin.
shrooms with Mike.
I'd do it.
Fuck it. I'm fucking with it. Like, that's too long to be around Mike.
And then here's the thing: either one of y'all have a bad trip. Now you're calling each other like, "Yo, you got to get back down here, man. My trip is going bad."
Like, yo, Mike's tripping, yo.
What do you want to do? As soon as you grab Mike, it's a problem.
Oh, I'm not great. I'm just gonna have to fight through the fucking.
Now you got to ride out that trip
I
with
gotta
Mike.
ride it out. I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna have a story to tell.
If you make it,
I'll make it.
that motherfucker back. You
Mike's-
looking at me crazy?
Mike's a good man.
He's a
He ain't
great
gonna
man,
fucking
but
kill
like
me.
he's in fight mode now.
I might not be right afterward. Like I might be fucking, you know what I'm saying, whispering shit to myself when nobody's looking. But
Mike's gonna take all of the frustration and anger out on you. He's gonna have his hands taped up in gloves so he can't kill nobody.
I don't know. What else is happening, man? What else? Hey, we touching on.
you got Smokey Robinson trying to drop it and hump the air like a fucking crazy person. You ain't see Smokey Robinson humping the air still? This nigga came out with an album like last year. It was called Gasms.
Wait, what?
Smokey Robinson had a new album called Gasms.
What was that?
It was an album.
Why?
He thinks somebody wants to hear
He
this.
was like, man, I know they can't be sick of me. I came out with tears of a clown.
It's the tear. That nigga be humping the shit out of the air. I'm like, this nigga's still humping.
See, but what you don't understand is in the state of the world is in today, Smokey got charges for that. The air pressed charges on Smokey Robinson for that. That air was like, it was smoky. That air was sitting up there with a blanket around it, like, pointing at Smokey Robinson for humping it. It told on Smokey.
Right.
Like, but nah, man, that's crazy, man.
Gasms.
What is gasms?
Like orgasms, but just without the org. It's just gasms.
Come on, huh?
I swear. Look. Hold on. I'll find this one.
Smokey gotta be what, close to 80? Yeah,
Oh, he's
like,
80. He's in there.
at least 78.
No, Smokey's every part of 80.
Smokey's
Maybe.
gotta be 80. Because our moms listened to Smokey when they was little.
Correct. So Smokey's every part. I'll say he's in his 80s. 83.
Gang banging.
That's on the album?
No.
Oh, I was about to say, damn, Smokey went all the way left.
Gasms. Let's get a little snippet of Gasms. Bitch, I wanna smash you.
Eat that shit, Uncle Smokey's voice.
Bitch, you made me squeeze inside of you. Now you may be pregnant. I won't be alive to raise him. I'm too old for a baby.
You're gonna be taking care of two babies.
I can't even get it out.
I might put you in my will, but I might not either. All the money goes to my first wife.
That bitch thinks she gonna make some money off of fucking Smokey.
Right.
All my money goes to my real family. My first family.
Smokey's fucking son is 68. Talk about shit. I don't know what the fuck she thinks.
Right. You ain't getting my daddy's money.
Hell yeah. He has his own business, but he's still worried about Smokey's money.
Oh, some gasm.
Why? Come on,
That second family can get paid from some royalty,
But not from gasm.
I want all the money from Gasms.
Right.
Me and my daddy worked on that album. But nah. Come on, man.
My gasm.
This nigga be taking showers listening to the Gasms and shit. You know
terrible.
you've got an old soul wax.
That shit is terrible, man.
Ooh, gasms.
You're taking over.
Can't wait to get.
Smokey Robinson possessed you.
Yeah, he did. My eyes is about to turn fucking
Smokey.
blue.
They're gonna be Smokey.
I'm gonna start humping the fucking air.
Hell yeah, that hair's gonna be out. But nah, man, that shit, man. Here's the thing: older artists, they still have an audience. Smokey still got somebody that's gonna listen to it. If your Grand Rays or Mom Dukes is around, somebody's still gonna buy that album.
But they want to hear Tears of a Clown. They ain't trying to hear Smokey talk about some gasms.
If he's still having them, why not?
I mean,
Smokey's still getting his toes curled up at night. Like,
He got enough money to make that happen.
hell yeah, like what? Y'all don't think I'm still getting? Psh, man, please.
right,
Smokey's still up in this motherfucker, like making promises.
right.
Like tomorrow we going up to Disney.
I'll take you on that chitlin circuit with me, baby.
Hell yeah, that motherfucker still promising some shit.
Have you farting through polyester?
Hell yeah, not knowing if he gonna make it through the night or not. Like shit, if I make it till tomorrow, girl. Fucking Smokey. Shout out to Smokey for still doing his thing, man.
He killing it, I guess.
That's on the older fucking, you know what I mean? Like, there's still people that listen to him in them high rises,
That's
I
a
can
fact.
guarantee you.
Oh yeah, I mean you can't not listen to Smokey. Tears of a Clown, all of it. Was it The Miracles?
Yeah.
They made classic shit, but gasm.
Here you go, man. Up here worried about what Smokey's doing. That nigga has no fucking qualms on what
Smokey will
DWI
steal my girl right now, probably, but it is what it is.
Right. Shit, he'll steal anybody's girl,
Right.
man. That's the great Smokey Robinson, man.
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Goddamn, Smokey rolled on.
She gasm.
She gasm.
Shout out to the motherfucking pioneers that made this great thing we call R&B, man. Because without them, there would be definitely not be us.
Right.
So with that being said,
Gasm.
you can't get enough
I
of
can't
it.
help it. It just sounds so funny to me.
All right, fellas, listen. We came, we saw, we delivered. Now, next week we coming at you, same time, same location, different material. Peace.
Peace. Responsible for my gasm.
If I don't gasm, somebody's getting kicked out.